Good morning. It is a beautiful September day in Georgia. Look at that. I got my dump body back on the dump truck. I'm very excited. I know she's rough looking. This is a 1988 Chevy R30 dump truck. I've owned this thing for 4 years. I paid $2,000, and at this point I've probably put another $2,000 into it. It runs pretty good. It dumps. I've made a bunch of videos on this thing. So when I first bought it, it looked a lot better. It had a rattle can paint job. It was very white and bright. The last 4 years, the paint has just peeled and flaked. We got a bunch of surface rust. So we're gonna address that at some point. This is really just for use around my property. I thought at one time I might drive it on the road and go to the quarry, get some gravel and stuff. I might still do that. I do have a tag and insurance for this truck, but the tires are dry rotted. You know, it's much more dependable now, but I don't know that I would trust it to drive too far. Quick update, if you watched my last couple of videos, the PTO on this thing, I just put a seal kit in it. So far, it's working great, better than it ever did before, and it does not leak. I made another video where I rebuilt the, well, you can't see it, but right in there, I rebuilt the hydraulic pump. I didn't rebuild it. I put some seals in it. Could not find a seal kit for it. But anyway, it is leaking a little bit, but it's running great. Got the brand new hydraulic hoses. You know, that was the main thing. So now I'm not worried about the dump bed, like falling if a hose blows out. So we'll show that in future videos. You know, it's still leaking a little bit. I couldn't find a proper seal kit because I couldn't find any information on that thing. But I went to my brother's house last night. We just towed this thing over to his house. That's where my dump body was. He's got a 2019 Ram 3500. Put it up on his trailer, towed it over there. Worked until probably 8:30 or so. It was dark. I was laying under this thing, getting rust and dirt all in my face. Let's see if this thing has got enough juice in it to start. Yes. Okay. Just put my grapple on. So today is going to be the first time I've used this grapple on this machine. Now this tractor now has 14 hours on it. I've done some bucket work with it. I have not used a grapple. This thing is supposed to lift 1,200 pounds. Now the grapple I think is 235 pounds. So today we're just kind of out here playing. We're gonna figure out the limitations, and we're not trying to break anything out here. So we're just gonna have a good day, take our time. We just got started and we are struggling already. For one, I am scared to death of ripping a hydraulic line off or picking up brush and sending a limb or a stick through my radiator. I've seen online some guys weld some mesh or something across here, so that's a future plan for sure. Maybe it'll stop sticks or something from going through the radiator. I have ripped off hydraulic lines. I've rented skid steers with grapples before, and I've ripped the hydraulic lines off. So it's pretty easy to do if you're not paying attention, or really, I mean, just going into this stuff is crazy. It's got branches and vines and brush just going every which way. You know, you grab it, pull it, you never know what's entangled up in here. So a little nervous, don't want to damage my new equipment. And also, I don't have a chainsaw with me right now. It's at my brother's house. I might go pick it up in a little while. Some of these limbs or these trees, I mean, they're whole trees. They're very long. They might be 20 feet long. So obviously it's not gonna fit in my dump truck. And when I try to pick it up, they're too long, they're too heavy. It's like tipping the tractor up. And of course, this brush growing all through this mess. If I would have cleaned this up 2 years ago when I first laid it on the ground, would have been easier, faster. If we were charging by the hour, we would be killing it right now. So we got a pretty good first load here. Probably took me an hour to do this. But we're still learning what we're doing. We're gonna go haul this down into the woods and dump it out. Parking brake, neutral. Got the clutch in, turn our PTO on. Release the clutch. Up we go. Now we're gonna turn the PTO off. And we'll ease forward. Let's see, take a brake off. Ease forward a little bit. Put our dump bed down. I guess it's time to wrap up the day. It's a little after 6 p.m. We got to go start cooking some hamburgers on the grill. This grapple and this Yanmar SA325, this thing worked great today. I definitely got more efficient with it, got better with it as the day went on. I think I'll just continue to improve with it. I do have a complaint. I've already bent one of these things. Now, I guess this thing's got to be somewhat lightweight because it's on this little 23.9 horsepower tractor. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I saw in the comments on Facebook, I think, people were saying that these, whatever they're, these tines, I don't know what these are called, but they say that these things will bend. So I might get my brother to actually go in here and weld some things in between here. Maybe something lightweight. I don't want to make this grapple too heavy. I might even do that here. Maybe I'll add something in between these to strengthen it, but I don't want to make it too heavy. As usual, I was not as productive today as I was hoping to be. A lot of time was wasted on setting up the camera, trying to make this video. But that's okay, because now I have my own equipment. It's not like before when I was renting or borrowing and I was worried about time. I got all the time I need. I'll just work on this project another day. We do have that hurricane potentially coming in here in a couple of days, so this weekend I probably won't be able to do anything. Once it rains a little bit, this dump truck is useless. My property has a pretty good slope to it, so you really can't drive back into the woods, at least not with a two-wheel drive vehicle. I'm working on getting some more camera equipment, hopefully a couple more GoPros. I'm going to be working on trying to make my videos better. If you made it this far in my video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.